Boxing fans, was good. It's your man Roberto Flack. Welcome to 2011. We expect hopefully a good year of boxing, a good year of dope music, and 1st of January. Excuse me, not the 1st of January, but the first big fight on the plate for 2011 is a fight. I've been really wanting to see for quite some time now, and B, a fight that boxing got right. Finally, we got Devon Alexander and Timothy Bradley for I believe they're both Yeah, they're both number one, number two. I can't really recall the belts, which ones they hold now, because I can care less. This is really, man, another scenario of a number one and number two. We've seen them, in big high profile fights in the past, and this is one of them. It's not a mega fight, considering both guys aren't superstars per se in the big scheme of things, but in the boxing world, this is a big fight. This is going to determine who holds really half of the cup of the 140-pound division, because as of right now, Amir Khan holds half of that cup, and the winner of this fight is gonna really determine who holds that second half, and hopefully boxing can get it right again, and we can see the winner of this fight face Amir Khan in the fall. That would be ill. But any case, that's thinking far ahead. Let's talk about Alexander Bradley. Again, this is a fight I've been waiting to see for quite a while. They've been on a collision course. The trash talking has been going back and forth for over a year and some change. And then as of recent, the press conference with Bradley and Alexander getting face to face, something really you don't see from, or at least I really didn't expect to see from these guys. But it's smart, man. I mean, like, sell the fight. It's gonna be a good fight, I believe. It's gonna be in Detroit, in the Silver Dome. Is that where they're having it at? Both guys, like I said, they're not superstars in the sense of, like, even being in comparison to an Amir Khan. I don't think they got that popularity yet to like say, I bring in this crowd, because Amir Khan at a young age is bringing people from England to go see them. I don't know how many dudes from California and St. Louis would go to England to go see the man fight, but that, needless to say, that's no measure on how good of a fighter they are. But this fight, the winner of this fight is really gonna get is gonna catapult really close to that level as far as being recognized. And the sad truth about it is that it's got to be one or the other. And these are two guys that some hold as the number one guy or the number two, or vice versa. There's always an argument, but this is why we're having the fight. So what's gonna happen in this fight, or what do I believe? Timothy Bradley has he's got somewhat of a tricky style to him. I mean, he's not a power puncher, and I think I can say that for both guys. They have knockouts on their record, but the knockout ratio isn't really the selling point in this fight, because neither guy, I believe they're both, 20 some odd with, only 11 and 13 knockouts, with the both of them. And this is going to be a tactical fight. I think there's going to be points where there's going to be exchanges. I think there's going to be situations where, you're going to see, one dude trying to outdo the other, and then, that's going to open up a lot of potential for them, for there to be exchanges, which is what, we really all want to see, who's going to really tee off on the other. And though Alexander, he's a slick dude, really good boxer, and you know, he uses his skills to his advantage in the sense of really not making too many mistakes offensively. Now, the Kotelnik fight is the fight that everybody looks to now. And the thing with that fight is Kotelnik at times was having his way with Devon Alexander. Now, Kotelnik's a world-class fighter. Don't get it twisted. But you saw holes in Alexander's game as far as his defense is concerned. Against really a guy who is a cagey guy, man. Kotelnik's a really cagey fighter. I wish HBO would give him another shot. You know, get him in there with, you know, maybe a fight with Maidana. You know, Alexander showed you know, he's got some holes there. You know, and with Bradley, we've seen similar situations where he's been knocked down, and you know, he's not been taken to deep waters, but you know, tested a little bit, and he's prevailed. You know, and he's fought also. He's fought at 140 and 147, and truthfully, he looked the same in both. You know, you can't. You know, the argument's always, you know, a dude coming up in weight will have, you know, their punching power be intact, so they don't gotta cut weight, or vice versa. But like, in all respect, man, I think Bradley is just as effective at 140 as he is at 147. Not a hard hitter, just a busy fighter, and I think that's gonna be the telling point in this fight. I think Alexander is gonna have trouble with Bradley's output, and just really not necessarily coming forward, but just, you know, creating openings and making Alexander try to fight, because I don't think Alexander could win this fight simply on counter punches, because I think the busier Bradley gets, I think that'll wear down Alexander, and he's gonna have to eventually open up to try to get into the fight. And when I mentioned prior to them exchanging, I see Bradley getting the better in the exchanges. And I think down the stretch, Bradley is just going to apply the same type of pressure, keep punching, keep punching, keep punching, and staying active, but not really going for gusto. I mean, if he sees it, go for it. But I think the Kotelnik fight showed Alexander could hold his own, but I think there were spots where Kotelnik really had the fight in the bag, and he kind of just eased off. I don't think Bradley should do that, and I don't think he will. So I think Bradley's going to win this fight on a decision. I see it probably 115, 113. Being a good competitive fight, but I for some reason, I just see Alexander kind of not trying to make too many mistakes, but Bradley being a little more, you know, staying busier and getting landing shots and winning most of the exchanges. So, but, you know, that's my opinion. I believe Bradley's going to win it. I expect a great fight. So let me know what you think. I got Timothy Bradley on the decision. And I'll be back to talk about that and some other fights that particularly one, but I'll come back when it's made official. I think we all know what we're talking about. So get back at me. Like I always say, subscribe, hit up the podcast at therobreportshow.blogspot.com. Episode 11 is coming up. And of course, the blog, RobertoFlatChronicles.com. So stay tuned. I'll be back. Peace.